Hi, welcome to Council Chat. With me is Councilmember Johnson. How are you?
I am doing well. It's good to be here with you. How are you?
I'm doing good. Really happy it's Friday.
Awesome.
Yes. Starting off next week with our Board of Bids, 3 items looking at repairing and removing dangerous structures in your district.
Yep. 3 items. Had to get those pushed off because of an amazing opportunity I had with McConnell Air Force Base last week. But those items will be back, and hopefully we can make some progress on those.
Yeah. How was your trip?
It was great. I'm a nerd for aviation and always wanted to be a pilot. So being able to sit in the cockpit of a KC-46 at 39,000 feet is pretty awesome.
Well, you're in the right city for that.
Yeah.
Also looking at our ordinance pertaining to fireworks. First step in matching the state law will now allow aerial fireworks July 1st through the 4th, but shooting off after hours or outside the shooting date window could result in a much steeper fine, $1,000 to start, and or 50 hours of community service.
Yeah, and this is something that we've been hearing about for years. I know my first year in office, there were complaints about fireworks, and then we toughened up the ordinance. We changed enforcement, and that was a challenge for both fire and police going out together. And so this to me is some progress being made. There were always concerns about how early we started, but having a step process of certain fireworks and then kind of escalating that, I think it's the compromise to meet people in the middle. And I know other folks may feel a little bit different. You know, we always have to be sensitive to
A little bit,
yeah. But we got to be sensitive to that. But again, this is a way to look at some compromise as we continue to go forward. This isn't the final. I'm sure we'll always continue to review this and see, when we can get it right.
Yep, awesome.
Also, next week, we'll be looking at adding RFID technology to our library. That would create further efficiency by allowing self-checkout. And one fun fact, the library has over 1 million physical items in its collection. I didn't know that. That's pretty awesome.
That's a lot.
1 million items. So this technology will be a real big benefit. We'll also be looking at amending our common consumption ordinance to match state law, new state law that had just passed. Now there will be a need to be identifiable boundaries of alcoholic consumption, common consumption areas. We'll also be hearing a report on the retirement systems for our fire and police personnel, as well as our quarterly financial reports. And I always encourage all of our citizens to check out those quarterly financial reports to see where we are as a city and also projections on where we're going.
They're a little overwhelming, but they have a lot of good information if you just look at it for a while.
Yeah. Check
Absorb
it out.
it.
Good information. See where your tax money is going, how efficient we are with it. And there's, again, our finance staff does a wonderful job. They're very conservative on predictions of revenue and deficits, and we've been in a really good position thanks to all the hard work that they continue to do.
I agree. We have an item that just went to my DAB regarding the proposed zoning for the Love's Truck Stop at East 21st Street and I-135. It was an interesting conversation. I think with all of the announcements around the 29th and Grove situation, created a lot of nervousness and anxiousness, just wondering what was going on. So we had a lot of in-depth conversation about that. So anxious to see how that pans out.
Yeah, and I've had a lot of questions about that too, but I'll continue to try to highlight, even with those concerns, what these items are actually about. And this one being 4 specific things. It's already zoned to allow Love's Truck Stop to come here, whether this item is approved or not. So I always try to highlight that to people. Let's deal with what this actually is, and also acknowledging their feelings and thoughts about the concerns being raised.
Right. So they're addressing the sign height, the length of stay for an RV, I believe the energy efficient vehicle hookups, and a little bit of additional parking. So I think it is important to realize that that's what we're voting on, like only those 4 things, and not can the gas station come or not. So It's already zoned for that. So Appreciate you clarifying that. And finally, looking at adding more odor control additives to the B&R facility to help abate some odors in District 3. The new B&R facility will cut a significant amount of odors from the facility, and we look forward to those improvements.
Yep. So a lot of good items coming up. I know I still get questions about the press conference that we had the other day about 29th and Grove as we talked about that. And again, for those who may not have paid attention, I won't go into the full details of it, but chemicals were used between the late 70s, early 80s that contained a chemical TCE that's known to cause liver and kidney cancer damage as well. And KDHE released a health study that showed that those cancers have a higher prevalence in that plume area than anywhere else in the county, anywhere else in the state, especially amongst the black residents. And so it's very concerning. We had a press conference. We've got some really good collaboration with County Commissioner in the area, Ryan Beatty, our state representative, Senator Faust-Godot, Representative O'Hobson, Representative Carr. All of us are on board working together, working with KDHE to try to get some resolution to this, and working through now looking at how can we get our medical community involved, what type of cancer screenings are there, how much does that cost, and then trying to find some funding for that. Union Pacific was deemed the responsible party in '98, and they're at the table as well, looking at a $14 million remediation that they've agreed to do, and that work is being done with the oversight of KDHE. But we're just moving forward to try to get people answers and resolution on that as well. So wanted to drop that in there. I know it's been talked about, and just highlight that, but we're going to continue to be in the public with that, more press conferences, more public meetings, and just letting everybody know step by step what we're doing to help out.
I think that's important, just to keep people in the loop. Seems like it's been going on for a really long time, but it's time to, like you said, find some answers and make sure that we're communicating those to the residents in all the ways.
Yeah, and it's a good example of government working together. We always hear about divisiveness. We're all united on this. Doesn't matter party or level of government. We're all on the same page trying to find resolution. So that's also a good thing as well.
Yes. Be the example, right?
Yep.
Last Friday, my son Paxton didn't have school, so we went to the ribbon cutting for at one of the new kayak stations in Riverside. So much fun. Cannot wait to go back. So they have one outside the tennis center in Riverside. There's one at O.J. Watson Park. And then the other one is on the Gander Mountain ramp. So I hope that people check those out because we had way too much fun.
I need to do that. I made I'm not discouraging this, I made the mistake of paddle boating, not realizing how much work that was on my legs. And Danielle likes to sit there and watch. So I did all the paddling, and I was tired in like 3 minutes. So
yes,
I want to try the kayaks.
Arms were sore, and we raced, and of course I won, and he wasn't a fan of that. So what's a surprise question for the week? Absolutely.
Should pineapple be on pizza? That shouldn't even be a question. That's an absolute yes.
Hey, all right.
Yes.
We agree.
I know we can't promote certain businesses, but there's a certain place in Clifton Square that I like to go get pineapple on my pizza with banana peppers.
Oh, yeah. Hey, that's the one I get.
Yeah. Well, thank you all for
Mother's Day.
Yes, Mother's Day this weekend. Make sure you get something for the mothers out there. You don't want to be in the doghouse, so make sure you get a gift.
Yes.
And also, thank you all for joining us today. Be sure to subscribe and follow on Apple, Spotify, or wherever you listen to podcasts.